I'm Yuna. Welcome to your next favorite recipe. Today, I'm excited to show you my favorite banana bread recipe. I think it's a little different than most banana breads out there based on two ingredients. One is cake flour instead of all-purpose flour, and then another one is Greek yogurt. So I like to feel a little bit healthier about eating bread. I mean, they say bread is never healthy. I think it is because I often have this for my breakfast. So banana bread is pretty straightforward, as you know. I have mashed up bananas right in this bowl. Let me know if it shows weird. Everybody knows how to mash up bananas, so I didn't want to really include that in here. So the ripeness is very, very important, as you know. I wait until about they're freaking bruised black. So almost it looks like, oh, I don't know if I can eat this, like questionable. So that's the ripeness I like. So I have about, I think 8 of them in here because I'm making a couple of loaves. I have an event later, so that's what's happening. So yeah, that's already mashed up. Let's get to our wet ingredients first. So sugar is considered wet ingredients as well as butter. So first thing, I'm going to add in 2 sticks of our butter. And as you may have noticed, I'm using salted butter, so I don't have to use extra salt. Just my way of saving some salt. All right, so I do not throw this away because I think you already know. I'm gonna use it to coat our pan. That is the purpose. And then the second stick goes in. All right, we got it. Scrape off as much as I can without touching my finger. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and, before butter starts to solidify, it's a little cold in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and butter this up. After this, now, 2 loaves ready, sugar. So I'm doubling the recipe. I'm gonna use 1/2 cup of light brown sugar and 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar to really bring out the caramelized color out of the bread. And remember, the sweetness of banana is so intense, and that is all you need in a way. But I like to taste my banana bread as a dessert, so we need a little bit of that extra sugar here. 1/2 cup goes in. All right. Of course, make sure you're really sealing it so that it doesn't become a rock. All right, so from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and mash everything one more time along with the bananas. I like to do this first before I add in yogurt because yogurt tends to be cold and I don't want the butter to start clumping up. So clumping up. So there we go. I'm just gonna set that aside for right now. Yeah, start mixing in. Okay, so moving on to before I jump to the Greek yogurt, I'm gonna start adding in our dry ingredients. Maybe it'll help with the butter and all that. So first thing, we got baking soda, and the recipe calls for 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm going to use a teaspoon of that. All right, there goes in the baking soda, as well as baking powder. So the baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons, so I'm going to use 3 teaspoons of that. I always try to be exact. If it's fluffier, that's fine. No one's gonna complain about that, right? No. Now, that's fantastic, set that aside. I got my cake flour. So the recipe calls for single size is 2.5 cups, which seems kind of like a lot. So the more flour you use, the drier it's gonna get. I am going to monitor this 1 cup, so I'm using 2 cups. And if it still looks a little way too moist, we're gonna add in about 1/4 cup at a time. So I'm gonna start mixing things in gently here. And don't worry, I didn't forget the rest of the ingredients here. You don't need a blender or KitchenAid, anything like that. Just use this. Never too late. 1, yeah. So you need 4 eggs for 2 loaves. So 1 loaf needs 2. All right. Okay, great. So keep mixing it in. I like baking because my arms get to work out a lot. It's the constant mixing. The Italians that roll out their pasta from scratch, aren't they usually thin? So looking pretty good. I'm so proud of this. All right, so butter went in, all that went in. Now lastly, we got our Greek yogurt. And any Greek yogurt will work, but I really, really prefer vanilla or some type of like neutral flavor. And so it'll need about a 1/2 cup, and I'm gonna add in about 1 cup. My favorite food. Oh, I love it. Yogurt went in. Now, couple of additional ingredients to really bring out the banana flavor. I do like to add banana extract, just a hint, just a little bit. I would say that's about good. Typically per loaf, you're gonna need about a teaspoon, and my bananas are already super ripe, so I didn't see the need to add more than that. That's great. And then last thing, I like to add a touch of ground cinnamon as well, because it's already a very warm and more on the savory side of desserts. Savory, not like salty, but savory in terms of how it makes you feel warm. So cinnamon, of course, enhances that experience. So I'm going to just eyeball it. I would say about a teaspoon. You don't want cinnamon to be overpowering, but rather just have a slight scent to it. All right, we are good here. Another round of confirmation here. Okay, so we got 2 loaves. Oh yeah. No, I might be able to break it into even 3. I should have divided the dough into half, but that's okay. So yeah, this feels pretty heavy. I'm gonna go here. We are already at 350. Okay. Ta-da! It's been an hour and it is time to take our bread. Oh my goodness. Only if you could smell it, you guys. This is so wonderful. You can hear the butter, I think, sizzling in here. It's so gorgeous and it's slightly brown. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for this to cool off a little bit so we can slice it in half and see and show you the inside. So this is it, you guys. You are now gonna be known as a banana bread girl or the banana bread man. Anytime you bring this to a party, they're gonna be like, who made this banana bread? This is so unconventional tasting. Because it is, with Greek yogurt, with a little bit of cinnamon for warmth, and cake flour makes it extra fluffy and soft and moist. It's perfected. So I hope that you will use this recipe and continue to perfect your bread, banana bread for the future events. And I'll see you at your next recipe.